We are live. We are with Noelle from Srixon, Cleveland, XXIO, ASICS.
There you go.
And maybe another brand by the time this, by the time people watch this, you never know.
Who knows?
We're happy to have Noelle back. We have a lot of people asking questions or saying hello already, including this one who spelled hello wrong because he went to LSU. Before we get right into it, I'm going to apologize in advance if we have some connection issues. It's been a crazy last 24 hours. As you can see, my backdrop is not normal. I am at a different location. I'm not traveling, for those wondering. Nobody really cares if I'm safe or not, but I'm not traveling. But different location, different internet, different lighting, different everything. So I appreciate everybody coming on. And those who are joining in, we are going to give away a set of Cleveland UHX irons, which have been very hot on our forum as of late. What they don't know is we're also going to give away a second place prize of 2 CBX wedges, CBX2 wedges. If those people were here have received the digital magazine in their email, you will see there's a feature on Full Face. Definitely check those out as well. Before we get jumping right in, who has questions for Noelle? I know we got a ton of them of when you teased last time that you might have new equipment coming, if they follow the timeline. Like, who has questions? And I'm going to ask her the standard questions of who's got the best fast food breakfast.
Yeah, let's start these questions. I don't know. I don't really eat fast food breakfast, I guess is what you should
that's
say.
So depressing.
I mean, okay, so easy answer for me would probably be Starbucks. Because if I always go to Starbucks.
That's a wrong answer.
I know, but no, I don't. Probably like In-N-Out's the only fast food I'll eat.
Now, a number of people are asking the most important question we're going to get today, which is, what the hell? You've never seen a single Star Wars movie?
I know. I can't believe how much nonsense I've gotten. No, never have, never will. Don't want to. Don't care. To me, it's pointless. I don't know.
We're going to rectify this. You and I will bet on something that I'm sure I will win, and you're going to have to sit through all, I don't know how many there are, 9 maybe?
No way. No way. The closest I'll ever get to it is probably like at Disneyland.
Yeah, you're a Disney World fan. How can you not like Star Wars?
I like Marvel. I think Marvel's badass.
Oh, this is so depressing. We're going to jump into some questions because people are asking them so far. Quite a lot of them, and my God, there's so many here to ask. Let's see who's got the best one. This one's obviously kind of important for those that don't know. Noelle was on our show 2 days after her wedding. He would like to know how your first month.
Yeah, I mean, as best as it can be, right? Just hanging at home, not really doing anything, can't do a honeymoon. So I got to write my thank yous rather quickly.
Yeah, that's got to make it a little easier. And for you guys, a lot has changed. I mean, you guys were planning this thing, but you've been together for. It's not like you were on. I don't know, one of those trashy shows that Morgan watches. That you meet somebody and then marry them instantly. Sorry, Morgan. This question is kind of interesting because you are a big Disney fan.
Ooh, what's my favorite snack at Disney? That's a hard one. Snacks, I'm down to like try whatever I'm feeling, but every time I'm there, I will always at least get beignets after in New Orleans Square. That's
in New Orleans
fact
Square.
For sure.
And you will openly admit that Disney World is better than Disneyland.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
100% not.
So I'm going to start throwing up the questions on there, not literally. But there's a number of kind of questions across all your brands. So for those following along, again, it's Srixon, Cleveland, XXIO, and ASICS. And we'll just start throwing them up there, and Noelle can fire them off the answers to you.
All right, let's see. Friend plays a launch for HB irons. Everyone has tried the irons. He regrets and goes back. So what is he missing?
I think he's trying to figure out how much is he missing, but without turbo by playing the original launchers.
You got to get that extra distance. Doesn't everyone want some extra distance and forgiveness?
Yeah, I once I was when HD TVs first came out and they were those big projection TVs. I went in with my sights set on a Mitsubishi 55-inch, and the salesperson says to me, "For an extra $200, wouldn't you like an extra 5 inches?" And I was sold.
Yep, exactly. Basically the same thing. It's just a newer and more improved than the previous. Just like even going back from the HB3s, like how hot and popular were those?
Definitely agreed there.
Right. So let's see. If I didn't have my current job, what other job would you want to do in golf? Ooh, that's a good one. Well, obviously, I absolutely love where I am right now. So it would be pretty difficult to think of something else. When I did work for the SCGA, Southern California Golf Association, I loved actually helping run tournaments and figuring out hole locations, and tee times and the rules of golf. So I'd probably do something like that. If it was nothing golf related, I honestly would probably start like party planning or like wedding stuff. I'd go into that business.
Geez. Are weddings still going to happen in the future?
Yeah, well now, like, I don't know, in California, they just approved virtual weddings that you can still get your marriage license from that too. So I'm sure other states are going to follow up on that.
How progressive of your state.
Let's see. Better seller over the same length of time, HB launcher or HB turbo? I think I'm going to have to say, I mean, we're still in the turbo line. So I think turbo for right now. Yeah, I think it's selling better than the launcher HBs. Because remember, we went away for a while. We went away for like 5 years and then just came back with the iron. So XXIO.
I know Altitudes had a cult-like following on our site, and every time myself and my staff members would come out to be, hey, are Altitudes coming back? No. Are Altitudes coming back? No. Are Altitudes coming back? Oh, yeah, they are. Wait, what?
I still get questions like to this day, like people are trying to find the 580 Altitudes, like the OG ones. They're nowhere to be found now. So
I have 2 sets.
Do you really?
Yeah, just heads, 2 sets of heads.
Oh, let's see. I wonder if we can see more XXIO clubs and balls here in the States. Definitely. So we just, like a few months ago, we launched like our premier retail stores for XXIO. So they're popping up everywhere. So it's growing rapidly. I can't remember exactly how many stores we have right now for XXIO, but I almost feel like monthly we're having 10 to 15 new stores. So it's coming. It's for sure coming.
I've been waiting for this question to pop up all along.
All I can say is remember our life cycle. So whenever we came out with the 585s, and even go back, when did we come out with the 565s? How long ago was that? Then
2
try
years.
and do that math.
Wow.
So
both of them. How interesting.
Oh, I play the Z Star. So I love
Why did you choose that?
So I played the Z Star over the XV purely based on the feel and control I get every time I play around the golf ball, especially around the greens. So I love to be able to feel the golf ball when I make impact on anything, on wedges in particular, but on irons and ball too. So I don't need any extra distance. I hit it pretty far for a female.
I know you
golfer.
outdrove Jamie Sadlowski. That's fact.
That's right. That's right. That is a fact. So I'm just looking for the ultimate, feel around the greens. I don't really spin it too much, but I just get like a nice one hop and stop. So I know that it'll do that every time with my Z Star golf ball.
I know we covered this one last time, but clearly Chef Critter there skipped our last live stream.
He's got lots of questions today. He was pretty he wasn't happy last time. You didn't ask any of his questions.
Oh. I'm glad he told you that instead of posting it on the forum.
Yes.
You didn't have to be secretive. We actually said that last show.
Oh, did we? I don't remember that.
Yeah. This is an interesting one because it's something that's impacting us every day.
Yeah. Yes, they are. So we're still selling golf balls and we're still selling all of our stock product. So we actually are doing significantly well. I'm, I'm not surprised, but like obviously with everything that's been going on these last couple of months, we are still generating revenue on our e-com sites, which is nice.
Good. This one has to be asked.
I'm sure it will. Yeah, definitely. I know. All I have to do is just do this and just say sorry. Trust me, I think when I first told you, I think I like even called you or I texted you instead of just sending you the press release and like the product manual. I was like, I just need to warn you, like this is coming to you.
The best part of that is there's a friend of ours who used to work there who works in apparel now because he quit golf. And he sent me a text message or a message, actually like a DM on Twitter, which was totally weird because I didn't know who it was. And he said, "This is the worst name of a product ever, but it's really, really good." And I said, "Well, good luck to Noelle for that."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they like to throw curveballs at me, and I just have to tell my media partners, I'm sorry, but please write about it.
There's a product that can beat that by a landslide, though. Years ago, another Japanese company had a kind of a lost in translation name, and when it came over on the driver, it was power slit technology. That's bad.
Yeah.
This is an interesting question because it might be the first time I haven't been able to answer this.
Yeah, that is a good one. If you're talking about obviously the Cleveland category, gosh, I don't know. If we're talking like Cleveland Srixon, I don't even want to say the Z4 just because it's considered a blade, but it's not hard to hit.
Yeah, it's it's an oversized club length there.
Right,
I shouldn't say oversized. Heel to toe length is slightly larger. I don't think there is.
Yeah.
I would tell you that if you went and found the ugliest club ever made, the VAS iron, which I actually am one of the few that has an affinity for, those are hard to hit because they're hard to look at.
Yes, for sure. We still have some in the building, and it's fun every time we kind of just mess around with it, and it's just like, wow, but hey, a major was one with those. So
Corey Pavin's mustache.
Yeah. How can VSOL tech help steep swingers such as myself? Oh, many different ways. Obviously, the impact from the VSOL onto the ground. I mean, it's going to be a nice smooth turf interaction, so it's not going to get stuck. So anyone that has a steep swing, obviously, is going to gain a lot of more distance, more accuracy. And etc. from having this VSOL. It's done wonders for our irons, and we've had them in them since, geez, now I can't even remember how long we've had them in them, but they're also I think the 545s when we first started, and they're also in the wedges too. So it's amazing technology, and we love it, and we're definitely not getting rid of it. Our tour players absolutely love it. They won't switch. It's so good that they're not switching out of our old series of irons.
I'm going to answer this one and say that Noelle and I have talked about this in great detail. Part of that is going to depend on travel demands and if they're allowed, if there's any restrictions out there. But stay tuned because we have something very effing cool planned that you guys are not going to believe. I'm going to answer this one too because I think that your putters that you came out with the weighting on the heel and toe are high end. They're just not priced that way.
Right.
I should be in marketing.
You should be in marketing. We've thought about it, but it's kind of in the same realm as woods. Like we understand in the golf industry who makes the best woods. And it's not like we're not trying to compete with it, but we know our area. We know our category that we excel at the most. So, and we also Cleveland Golf we consider more of your everyday weekend. Maybe 15 to higher handicap, not even, I would almost say 10 too, golfers that play Cleveland. So why are we going to make a product that's $300, $400? Because we already know if it's $300, $400, everyone's going to go to Scotty. We're not going to try and do the same thing, but we are going to make a super premium club, but just price it differently. And what's
I should say, I'm going to cut you off there. When you said we know who makes the best woods, you don't mean that you guys don't make the best woods. You mean the most popular woods.
Right, exactly. And I'm not harping on them at all. They make great woods. You know, and a majority of the tour players also play those woods. But there's a lot more history and stuff that goes behind that. It's not as easy as simple as people think, you know. And
oh, you're such a PR person. That was such a politically correct answer.
I am. I will say though, the most frustrating thing that I come about every day in PR and in social is that just because it's not priced high doesn't mean it's not good product. You know, same perfect example too with the Z Star and Z Star XV. We don't price it at what Pro V1 and Pro V1X is, but that doesn't mean it's not as good. It's just as good, but we value it to the everyday golfers, you know, like, so give it a try. Just because our, you know, wedges may not be as high or our putters may not be as high a value doesn't mean it's not as good or even better of that product.
It's funny because in some ways you're stuck. If you price it just as high or higher, they say, oh, you need to price it lower for me to try it. If you price it lower, they say it's not as good. It's really, it's a tough situation to be in. This one's interesting because I don't know the answer to if you guys are open for custom orders right now.
We are not, unfortunately, just because of the stay-at-home order in California. We aren't able to, I guess, considered an essential business. However, we are doing stock product. So, but when we open back up, you can definitely place your order through our website or any authorized dealer, and we'll try and get those clubs out right away. But yeah, unfortunately, our custom orders are taken off on our website right now.
So I'm going to ask you to choose between two children, assuming you had children. Which are you choosing, 585 or UHX? And there's a correct answer.
Well, for me, I am choosing 585, or I'd play 785s, to be honest. But,
right, but that wasn't one of the choices. That's like me asking you what's your favorite dog breed, and you say elephant.
It depends on who the golfer is. It depends on what they're looking for.
They're looking for forgiveness and technology.
UHX.
There we go. And stay tuned. We're giving away a set of those. And if you haven't watched it, you're going to have to watch the Range Days episode with Canadan and J-Man as they break down every piece of data possible in these sets. Plus, you get to watch Canadan's swing, which is disgustingly sick.
Have to give a shout out to them. They did a phenomenal job on that. So I greatly appreciate it, guys.
So you were the viewer. Sweet. No, I'm kidding. They had a huge audience for that
one. Well, so we're in our 5th generation. Is that what they're referring to? Or are they referring to the last year's?
No, they're referring to the new one. They must have just had it wrong.
This current one. Okay. So yeah, difference obviously is the CERM that we've talked about. So with the CERM technology, it's made stop laughing. I
can't help it.
I can do it, and then when someone laughs, I can't. That added layer of technology that I'm not going to name the name anymore makes the cover of the golf ball even thinner. So you're able to spin it even more. You're able to fly the ball even more if you want it in the XV. So it's done really well for all of our tour players. Play it. They all switched immediately, and they can't rave about it enough.
Rather unique question, but one I'm interested in as well because those shoes are awesome.
Any chance of getting yellow? I don't think so.
How many times have you wanted to say either this or this when you hit a wedge shot?
That one for sure.
Too Sermy?
Yes.
So while I mean, there's so many questions, I can't get to them all. What is the one thing you're looking forward to most? Because, well, I'm not going to, like I said, discuss future products. You guys aren't stopping work. Work is coming. Products are coming. What is the hardest thing you're going through right now with not being in the office and working with Brian? And I'm going to name names that people have no idea who I'm talking about, but if they watch our videos, we'll know who's watching them. That's for sure. If they, working with Brian and others about these products. I mean, we just had Jeff on the Golf Unfiltered podcast go into detail about R&D, talk about XXIO, things like that. If you haven't listened to that, guys, you should. It's really, really good. Jeff breaks things down so well. What's the hardest part that you're missing?
To be honest, we're still, I want to say almost like 80 to 90% capacity. Like we're doing really, really well as a company. You know, we're getting product out. We still hit big numbers on our ecom sales. You know, we're still grinding and making ads and figuring out how to make commercials in a different way now. You know, we obviously had to cancel like our big Srixon commercial shoot that we actually, today I'm supposed to be in Florida shooting that. And
I
that's
am
not
in
happening
Florida.
now. Yeah, no, thank you. But we're still doing significantly well. You know, obviously I miss my coworkers, but with Zoom and all these chats and stuff, and we're talking every day and figuring out things left and right. I'm working with my graphics team night and day, and still hashing stuff out on social. It's been fantastic. Our tour players have supported me tremendously and doing our Ask Team Srixon thing. You know, so obviously there are some struggles. Like right now I'm in the middle of finalizing like our press release and getting that out for our possibly new product coming out. And so, and the challenging side is, okay, now I have to also ship our media guys product, and how am I going to figure that out? And but it's working with everyone, you know, as in the headquarters, and trying to see like how we can coordinate this stuff, and we're doing it. So it may take a little bit longer, but we're still getting it done. So I'm extremely proud of our team, and our department as a whole, and the company too. Just we're still banging stuff out. But I will tell you that, you know, the things that are coming out this year are very, very exciting. I can't wait to talk about them. I can't wait to share it with you. But stay tuned on our social channels, on my channel. And, you know, I always like to give it a hint or teaser or two before something comes out.
So I'm bringing this question up because we don't discuss pre-release gear here. We honor embargo dates. But I'm going to ask you a question as a person in PR that I've asked everybody, and nobody seems to know the answer to this. Why does the USGA in the conforming list need to make those pictures public to consumers?
No idea. No idea.
I don't understand. I understand for other companies. I get it. I understand why the USGA has to have pictures. I don't understand why they have to be made public, because it really can affect. There's salespeople who a new driver might not be selling now because people are waiting for one that gets leaked with spy pics. And this driver may never come to the light, or may come 6-7 months from now. Why? Does anybody ever have an answer on why they put this stuff out?
For photos, I'm not sure. But as far as like the information, I think it's getting it out to the general public. I mean, it's going to be out on tour. You know, we always see stuff out on tour before anything's actually released. So that might have something to do with it, and being just on the conforming list and make sure it's up to par with everything else. Photos, I've always questioned, like, why do you need to see the actual image, you know? So I'm not technically sure on that, but there's a whole cycle. I think a lot of people don't know and don't understand that even though, say, something comes out from us September 1st, but probably by June, it's out on tour. And then probably that around the same time, our sales guys are already making their way to their accounts and kind of showing them the product. They might not be able to have the piece in hand, but they're showing them examples of what's coming out so they can prep for their fall books. You know, so there's a lot that plays into it beforehand. But yeah, I mean, I think technically nothing can be played on tour until it's on the USGA website on the conforming list. So, but I do agree that we shouldn't have to present photos for them. But, and again, like you said, there could be stuff that we present that we don't ever release.
Yeah, it's just, it causes nothing but confusion because people want an early look. A couple more quick questions for you before we let you get back to work, because I know you have so much going on. We call this the Golf Unfiltered question because he's full of garbage and the ball should not be rolled back.
No, I don't. Good. I think they're just going to make it more harder. So, that's a good question.
Well, JB Holmes just made the turn from his last tournament, so we'll eliminate him.
I have no comment on that. You're gonna make me mad. I honestly, I've talked to quite a few of our guys. All of them are, starting to grind and stuff. It's pretty fun. I don't know if anyone checked out the Shane Lowry video that he posted
That was
yesterday
awesome.
or 2 days ago. That was awesome. And that's just how he is. He's so funny. He's so down to earth, and like his reaction was priceless. But I don't know. So my money is either on, I'm gonna say Keegan or Hideki, actually.
Okay, so we're gonna make a small wager here. I'll give you Keegan and Hideki, and I'll take everybody else. And if I'm right, you have to watch Star Wars.
Oh, can't I, like, if you're right, like I have to go eat like a breakfast sandwich from like McDonald's or something?
While you watch Star Wars.
No, I am not watching that.
And I have two more questions, one about golf equipment, one not. First one up is about golf equipment. 785s, it's got to be, right? You've been talking about those for us working together like 3.5 years now.
Yeah. 785s for sure.
And finally, one for fun.
Just gotta go with In and Out. Plain and simple.
Oh God. We know so well until we talk about your food and movie choices, and they're just so bad.
Sorry.
Okay, so I know a lot of people are tuning in, strictly waiting for us to say how people can win a set of irons and wedges. So this is very simple. We have a video on this YouTube channel. It's linked on Facebook if you're watching it there. It's on our homepage. It's on our forum. It's called Range Days, Cleveland UHX. You can't miss it. I skipped putting the launcher in there because it's a whole lot of characters that aren't necessary. You're going to watch that if you haven't already, and then you're going to send an email. It's very simple to Noelle. No, I'm just kidding. To contests@thehackersparadise.com. Contests with an S at the end of it at thehackersparadise.com. And you were going to say what your favorite part of the video is. I don't need a whole synopsis on the whole video. You can keep it to 20 words or less if you'd like. Just let us know what your favorite part of the video and why you think UHX, after watching it, makes sense for you. And we're going to pick a winner in a few days. And Noelle's going to somehow break into the office, build the set herself, put them in a box, and ship them to you. And or it'll ship sometime.
I mean, I will tell you, if I think you should go with the stock set, and I'll get it to you quickly. But if you do want a custom set, it's just gonna take some time.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
But I think it's perfect the way it is. So.
It is. And the utility clubs that Canadian is hounding me for, also amazing. They talk about that in detail, so make sure you check that out. So for myself and Noelle, she's got to go. She's got to go get some In and Out, which is horrible, and then come back and watch Star Wars because I'm going to win. And we will. I'm sure we're going to have Noelle back on again. Get your questions ready. We're going to pick a winner for this contest. Make sure you watch the video. Is there anything else you want to plug? How can they follow you personally?
On Twitter. Twitter is probably my quickest response time. If not, Instagram as well, or just check me out, Noelle, and then with 4 E's and a Z.
You guys get that? Noelle with 4 E's and a Z. She wasn't going to make you spell out her last name, so that makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Thanks, everybody.